If you're looking for the best eyeshadows for blue eyes, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preferences, sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Maybelline the Nudes Eyeshadow Palette. Every blue-eyed beauty needs a warm, nude eyeshadow palette in their makeup bag, and this one is the ideal choice. The palette has 12 eyeshadow shades that go together easily in hundreds of different ways, so you can create eyeshadow looks to fit every situation. You can use it for natural-looking makeup, smoky eyes, and soft glam looks. Because of the versatility, it's great for travel, and since it's affordable, it's not a big deal if it gets lost. The best shades in here for enhancing blue eyes are warm gold, peachy champagne, and bronze, while taupe, black, beige, and gray are perfect for deepening the crease or adding a smoky effect. There is also a blush version of this palette with a cool, pink-leaning color story that looks softer against blue eyes. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Wet n Wild Color Icon Eyeshadow Palette. This is a quintessential eyeshadow palette for blue eyes, but with a really fun twist. Palettes like Maybelline's The Nudes are an easy and safe choice for anyone, but there's something exciting about an affordable, wearable palette like this one that does things a little differently. This palette includes the basic matte nudes for no makeup look, stunning mattes and frost in the orange/peach family for colorful looks that bring out blue eyes, and the Piece de Resistance, a shimmery blue teal that mimics your eye color, adds refreshing contrast to warm eyeshadow, and makes your entire look more compelling and unique. If you prefer a more subdued little palette that's still affordable, you might prefer the Revlon ColorStay Quad instead. The number 3 position is held by LORAC Pro Palette 2 Eyeshadow Kit. Not many brands can beat LORAC for eyeshadow quality. With any of their eyeshadow palettes, you know you will receive buttery and pigmented shades that will be incredibly easy to blend or build up. This palette has a color story based on cool and neutral shades, so it's a little softer against blue eyes. This makes it very easy to work with if your skin also has cool undertones. The shade that excites us the most is Rose, a soft golden pink shade that has the same brightening effect on blue eyes as a copper, but without that ultra-warm intensity that can clash against cool skin. Half the palette is frosted for a touch of glam while the other half is matte. There are some fun but easily wearable colors in the mix, like plum, jade, and navy. Next at number 4 we have Milani Bold Obsessions Eyeshadow Palette. Before we start recommending this palette, we want to make a very clear caveat. Just because your eyes are starting to show signs of your wisdom, it doesn't mean that you have to do your makeup a certain way. As long as you have fun with it, you'll look gorgeous. However, with age, you might find yourself contending with a few added concerns. You might want to obscure fine lines or to stick to more subdued colors that won't raise an eyebrow at the office. We picked this palette because matte eyeshadows are less likely to emphasize a crepey eyelid texture compared to their frosty counterparts. The shades in it are earthy but not overly neutral, and they are incredibly wearable. The number 5 position is held by NYX's Ultimate Shadow Palette. Anyone can rock bright and colorful eyeshadow, including those with blue eyes. Throughout this article, we mostly focus on conventional colors that make blue eyes pop, but we wanted to give you the option to go all out with color as well. This palette offers all of the bright eyeshadow you could possibly want without being overwhelming the way a Morph palette can be, and with very consistent quality for each shade. Some of the brights in this palette are more matte while others have a subtle satin sheen. It's not too detectable on the eyes, but we like that it gives the shadows a bit more dimension. If you blend them out a little, they soften up nicely and can look great with more metallic shades without a massive contrast in texture. The number 6 position is dominated by Julep Eyeshadow 101 Cream to Powder Stick. Powders are what usually comes to mind when we think of eyeshadow, but cream eyeshadows also deserve some attention. These sticks are a fantastic choice if you lead a busy lifestyle and want to glam yourself up quickly. Their pigmentation isn't intense, which is nice for a softer makeup look. You can build them up with added layers, but when you're in a rush it's convenient since you won't have to blend much, if at all. However, if you want a creamy eyeshadow with the intensity of a powder, you'll prefer the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Eyeshadows instead. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Revlon ColorStay 16er Eyeshadow Quad. We think this is a fantastic eyeshadow choice for anyone with blue eyes who is new to makeup, although pros might find it disappointing. The little compact comes with 4 powder eyeshadows that have a pretty frost finish. The color story is quite light, with 2 highlight shades, a gold shade that's perfect for the lid, and a medium brown that's an easy choice for the crease. Most of the shades in this palette are neutral so they can be worked into any number of makeup looks, but the gold is quite warm and will do a wonderful job of softly emphasizing blue eyes. This palette is not as dramatically blue enhancing as the warmer wet and wild not a basic peach, so it's a better choice for those who prefer more subtle looks. The number 8 position is held by Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyeshadow Singles. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyeshadow Singles are not very famous, especially if we compare them to iconic products like the brand's Modern Renaissance palette, which almost made it on this list. What many don't know is that the eyeshadow singles are often the same shades found in the palettes. Palettes offer better value, but sometimes you'd rather spend a little more to get exactly what you want. If that's your situation, we think these are the best eyeshadow singles you can find. They are not cheap. A single shadow costs about the same as some of the budget palettes on this list, but their quality is immense and consistent. The matte shades stand out in particular. It's usually difficult to find pigmented and blendable matte eyeshadows, so they are truly unique. Next at number 9 we have L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24 Shadow. This is a slightly more intense cream eyeshadow option for those with blue eyes. Calling them cream eyeshadows is not quite right, since the formula is a true powder cream hybrid, more so than the Julep Eyeshadow 101 sticks. The formula is incredibly soft and velvety, but not overly creamy. The shadows dry down and self-set beautifully, so they have better longevity than the Julep sticks. Endlessly is the standout color in the range. It's the kind of iridescent teal that's very striking as an accent on blue eyes, especially as a cool touch when the rest of the eyeshadow is warm-toned. We suggest applying it with a thin angled brush, like eyeliner. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Pacifica Pink Nudes Mineral Eyeshadows. Vegan eyeshadows are hard to find, especially if you're looking for a palette with warm tones that'll emphasize blue eyes. This palette from Pacifica is the best option we've seen. It'll also appeal to clean beauty lovers since the formula is free from talc and other controversial ingredients. As you can tell from the name, pink shades rule this palette, although there are also 2 earthy peaches that are great with blue eyes. Makeup minimalists will really like the neutral browns in this palette, which could work well to fill in the eyebrows. This palette can be used for no makeup, ethereal, and matte glam looks without any issue, and it'll be nice both for beginners and for those with a bit more experience. That's all for today. We upload beauty product review videos every single day. So, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.